Hi, I'm Kat Thomas, and I am the developer team lead for SOBA this semester.
And I'm Jake DiNucci. I'm the business team lead. This semester, Kat and I have had the real honor to get to take part in the largest CCEW team to date. Specifically, we have a developer team that in their spare time champions, and a business team that's scooter racing time trials are something you might find in a NASCAR record book. Now, this all wouldn't have been possible without our awesome inventor, Tom Tancredi, and him bringing the Vault idea to CCEW.
We'd also like to thank the CCEW staff, our mentor, Pankaj Asundi, and our wonderful fellow, Ryan Phillips, who provided us with valuable insights throughout the semester. I'd also like to thank Phil Dow, who taught the development team everything they needed to know to build the prototype you'll see today. And finally, a huge thank you goes out to the 13 members of the Vault team itself. Without their hard work, we wouldn't be where we are today. I'm happy to say that they are not only great business analysts and developers, but have also become great friends. And now I'd like to welcome them to the stage.
Over 97% of companies are failing projects, and this is costing the US $150 billion a year. $150 billion. That means we're burning through the entire GDP of Bangladesh just because we can't get our projects finished on time or on budget. Now our inventor saw this firsthand during his work with his Fortune 500 clients, and that's to us at CCEW. We wanted to confirm his thoughts, so we've conducted over 80 interviews, and as well as have put our software in front of over 75 different alpha testers, only to find out that our inventor was right. Project collaboration is suffering, and project communication is inefficient. In fact, we even found evidence of this collaboration and communication inefficiencies in our own project work this semester. For example, to work on a single UX design, we ended up utilizing email, Dropbox, Trello, and Basecamp. 4 different solutions to work on one design. Obviously incredibly inefficient, but unfortunately incredibly common. And of the 23 companies we talked to about their project management, 19 of those 23 were currently utilizing multiple solutions. We are here today with one solution, and that solution is the Vault. And what the Vault is a project management web application that combines the most relevant functionalities from current project management and file sharing solutions. We've identified numerous industries that can benefit from the Vault, but we've selected the perfect jumping off point with our target market, software engineering. Additionally, we've also crafted a unique business model that will not only encourage early market adoption, but it will help the Vault generate over $3.4 million in revenues in just 5 years' time. Hi, my name is and I'm a supply chain and entrepreneurship senior from Coppell, Texas.
Hi, my name is Krishna Manohar, and I'm a microbiology psychology junior from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Hi, I'm Jared Bond. I'm a sophomore computer science and math major from Allen, Texas.
Hi, my name's Arlette Rojano. I'm a finance and entrepreneurship sophomore from Oklahoma City.
And hi, I'm Matt Woods. I'm a public relations junior from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma.
But the 5 of us certainly could not tackle this huge problem alone. Surrounding out the Vault team, we also have Cody Crow, Aric Kampschaefer, Kevin Reimnitz, Landon Dare, Jeremy Littel, Joseph Asante, and Jeff Terry. But that's not all. We also have our business team lead, Jake DiNucci, as well as our developer team leads, Nick Sparks and Kat Thomas. Additionally, we've been fortunate to work alongside our mentor, Pankaj Asundi, as well as the inventor of the Vault idea and the founder of Dom and Tom, Tom Tancredi. And additionally, again, we've been very fortunate to work alongside some of the staff from Dom and Tom, and they have been incredibly helpful throughout this entire semester. But as I mentioned, it is this team that had to use the 4 different solutions to work on one UX design. And it all began with an email from our inventor to our dev team lead. Within this email was not only the file, but also some information about what he was wanting done and when he wanted it done by. Our dev team lead then not only stored this on their Dropbox, but also posted it to Trello so that her and the other developers could begin working. When they had finished their task, it was posted to Basecamp, so our inventor and his staff could review it and provide feedback. And then based upon that feedback, our developers either reiterated or they were done with that task and they were ready to move on to their next task. Obviously, I've created a pretty inefficient web of project management here, but just like with those 19 to 23 companies, a fairly common web. And what is this web doing to their projects? It begins by making them more vulnerable. Inefficient, it is insecure. And in fact, email alone accounts for 35% of all the data loss currently experienced by companies. This is more than any other cause, including hackers. Beyond that, another victim of these disjointed project spaces has been the project communication. Tasks and milestones have become unclear, and so now breakdowns in communication have become the top cited cause of project failure, attributed to well over half of all project failures. And if these projects aren't failing, they can certainly run longer than expected and therefore cost more than expected. And in fact, now 1 in 6 projects currently has a cost overrun of 200% the expected initial budget. So how can the Vault help these companies stop wasting their money on inefficiently run projects? Well, to answer that question and to talk more about the Vault, I'm going to bring up Krishna.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, the Vault was created to improve the efficiency and security surrounding project work by offering a centralized and less expensive solution. Now, the Vault will begin by decreasing the number of places that a project exists by offering one solution that addresses multiple project needs. Additionally, most project communication is not centralized. Currently, employees spend about 14 hours a week on their email. Now, if we consider the average software engineer that makes about $50 an hour, then we're talking about over $700 of company money spent on email. Now, to reduce this cost, the Vault will offer a centralized solution that will allow for your project files, tasks, and milestones to be in space and not lost inside the inbox clutter in your email. And finally, we will also improve project efficiencies, which will lead to additional savings by allowing for the project spending that is wasted due to inefficient project work to be recovered. And now, to demonstrate our solution here today is Jared.
Thanks, Krishna. So the development team kicked off the semester with a 5-week boot camp where we learned all of the technologies we would need to build the Vault this semester, from HTML and CSS to JavaScript to Mongo, Node, and Angular. After our boot camp, we began development on the Vault. We followed an agile design methodology, breaking our work up into 2-week sprints so that we could add features incrementally based off the feedback we received from our 75 testers. During this time, we also held weekly meetings with Dom and Tom, along with various internal meetings between the developers and the business team to make sure everyone was on the same page. Now, after 1,500 hours of coding, here is the Vault. For this demonstration, I will be the project manager of a small software engineering firm called Hubley Games. Hubley Games is excited, and they're getting ready to release their new original app idea, Happy Birds, to market. The first thing you may notice is the layout of the projects page. The layout is one of the things that has changed most frequently over the course of the project in response to user feedback. For example, users wanted milestones placed prominently at the top of the page so that employees could see the deadlines immediately upon logging in. Now, Hubley Games is getting ready to bring their app to market, and they still need to finalize their business plan. So they've decided to hire an external financial consultant to look over their numbers. Because this person is an external consultant, I'm only going to give him download privileges, not the ability to delete files. This will help minimize accidental data loss or sharing by giving people permissions they don't actually need for the project. So we'll go ahead and save him. Next, we're going to go ahead and create a new milestone for our project called Business Meeting, where we're going to finalize the business plan for our new product. Milestones are one of the central features of the Vault because they group descriptions and files into one deadline. Next, we're going to upload our business plan file to the Vault. And then we're going to go ahead and make a comment on that file, asking our consultant for his advice. Files in the Vault are encrypted, so businesses can rest assured knowing that their sensitive data will be well protected. Lastly, we're going to go ahead and attach this new uploaded file to our milestone. This is another good feature of the Vault because it allows files to be grouped with milestones that they're associated with, so that anyone can see the files associated with specific deadlines. Now we're going to go ahead and log out of our project manager account and log into our financial consultant's account, so we can see the difference between the consultant's view and the project manager's view of the same project. The first thing we'll do is check our notification center, where we'll see that Hubley Games has commented on a file. Now our consultant can go ahead and respond with his own comment. Also notice that he only has download privileges, not the ability to edit or delete. With that, we'll go ahead and log out and conclude our technical demo. Tomorrow, the developers will be handing over the MVP code to Dom and Tom so that they can continue to perform user testing and extend on the features available to the Vault. To talk a little more about what those features might look like, here's Krishna.
Thank you, Jared. When considering the features and tools that would make up our final product, we benchmarked against top competitors in file sharing, such as Box and Google Drive, as well as top project management applications, such as Trello and Basecamp. Our developers have already completed or will be recommending many of these final features to be incorporated into our product, beginning with milestones. Milestones, as you saw, is an important collaborative tool that allows to be anchored to deadlines and dates and arranged in a way that's natural for project flow. As you can see, this type of feature is absent in most file sharing solutions, but it's integral to project management. Next, default user types will be a convenient feature that will allow companies to assign individuals customizable user permissions by clicking a preset setting, such as consultants, as you saw in the demo. The simplicity of our default user types is not mirrored in our competitors, which require that permissions be programmed manually, which is both time-consuming and complicated. In addition to the features that will incorporate our MVP, we will also be offering recommendations based off of our user testing. One of which is clear organized file storage, which is essentially full file storage capabilities. This is the basic idea behind file sharing applications, but it's absent in project management solutions, where files must be attached to a milestone or a task and can exist independently on the project server. And finally, we will also be recommending inline commenting, which will connect collaborators by allowing individuals to place their comments and feedback directly within the context of a file. As you can see, this is a unique feature across the board. Currently, has combined solutions to do what the Vault does. This workaround, however, results in greater time lost, greater financial costs, and also opens up companies to a greater risk of data loss. And with our features that bridge the gap between these two software types, the Vault will improve project work in our target market. And now to talk a little bit more about the style of project work and industries we'll be targeting, here's Arlette.
Thank you, Krishna. As Krishna said earlier, the Vault targets teams that use multiple web applications. These teams have three things in common. First, they focus on projects, and these projects are usually 2 weeks or longer and have distinct milestones. There are also specific user roles. And going back to the case that Kevin explained, Dom and Tom, our inventors, would be consultants. And lastly, there's external party support. We identified over 1.3 million businesses that currently fit this criteria across 9 different industries. They were primarily professional services and biotech research. However, through our industry research and interviews, we realized that businesses under 20 employees handle projects internally. For this reason, we target businesses with more than 20 employees. This represents a market opportunity of $122 million. Furthermore, software engineering will be our initial target market. And this is for many reasons. One is that it represents a $1.9 million opportunity. Also, there's high technology change. 10 out of 11 industry professionals that we interviewed said that they are in the process or will upgrade to a new solution. Also, they're early adapters of technology. Software engineering adapts technology quicker than other industries in order to get ahead. And once they're successful with said technology, other industries want to follow and implement said technology into their own businesses. And lastly, they showed a strong interest in the solution like the Vault. In conclusion, the Vault will target software engineering as its initial target market, and then branch off to biotech research, civil engineering, and civil engineering. There are 2 main decision makers in software engineering, and these are the executives and the project managers. However, we recommend Dom and Tom to focus on project managers because they're the key influencers in the decision-making process. Project managers work directly with workers, and they know about the needs, and they're affected by these needs. They also care about efficiency, ease of use, and about how a solution will benefit the company as a whole. Project managers can be targeted through direct sales, like literally going into a company and telling them how a solution like the Vault will benefit them. And this is possible through the connections that Dom and Tom has built over time with other companies. Also, through a website, and by maintaining a good reputation on industry blogs and reviews. And lastly, through relationships. This is a very word-of-mouth industry, so in order to build credibility, we want to use our past relationships and successes to influence their decision in buying a new solution. And now, I'm going to pass it over to Matt, who will talk about the business model.
Thanks, Arlette. To monetize the vault, we're recommending a software as a service business model with 3 distinct tiers. Now, we chose this business model by talking to 7 chief executives and project managers in our target industry. They told us they wanted a business model that scaled to any team size and allowed them to try before they buy. So we've given them exactly that. A set number of projects in storage allows them to get their work done, while a smaller charge per user allows us to accommodate any team size, large or finally, a 10-day trial gives them ample time to get hands-on experience with the product. So let's say we have a business with 60 active team members and 30 projects. That makes them a great fit for our middle-of-the-road tier. So for $49 a month, they get access to all the projects and storage they need, and then $60 for 60 users mean they're only spending $109 a month for their company to get the task management that they need. Now, this is a great bargain. We need to consider to cobble together multiple subscriptions from our competitors. They're paying anywhere from $360 to $960 every month. But it's not just a good deal for them, it's highly profitable for us as well. In fact, over the next 5 years, we'll bring in $3.4 million in revenue and reach a 5% market saturation by year 5. As you can see here, we'll start in software engineering, gaining traction in year 2, and then add an industry every year, branching into engineering, marketing communications, and biotechnology research. Now, we've made a few assumptions to get these numbers. First, we're recommending that Dom and Tom allocate at least 4 full-time developers to the project by year 5, and we're also projected these numbers using mainly medium-sized firms with more than 20 employees, because although we'll be serving larger firms, they are more sparse. Finally, we're assuming that we're retaining the customers for the entire year. For next steps, tomorrow morning, we'll be handing over the software you saw demoed today to Dom and Tom's team in person. After they get the software, they'll be implementing features that we've recommended and doing deep user testing to make sure it's ready to deploy to 6 other Dom and Tom clients after 2 months. Over the next few months after that, they'll be implementing feedback as they get valuable insight from actual use in the field. And then at the start of next year, they're ready to launch it to the software market and start growing. In summary, the Vault provides a great solution to the clutter and complication of multiple solutions that exist today by consolidating it into one efficient solution. We're going to target the software engineering market and then branch into 4 other target markets, and we'll reach $3.4 million in revenue over the next 5 years. We've loved bringing the Vault to life and hope you'll take a look at the demo out in the lobby after we're done. But for now, we'd love to take your questions. Thank you.
Yes.
I have a question. Great presentation, by the way. But I found myself okay, there are potentially a million different project management tools that I use on a daily basis with different nonprofits and businesses that we work for. I can think of like 4 that we use right now. I'd like to hear a little bit more about how you're going to target the project managers and how you're actually going to get people to use this. And not just try it out and then add it sort of to the deck of their other Trellos and Slacks and other things. Does that make sense?
Totally, yeah. So we have 2 main ways that we're branching out into that. The first way is, since we are starting in a new market, we'll start off with direct sales, targeting these chief decision makers, these CEOs and CIOs who actually write the checks, and we'll also be reaching out to the project managers to get them to try our product. And then as we build up, we'll be using online marketing channels to reach out to those project managers, and we believe that once they see how it saves them time by going from 4 solutions to just 1 solution for their projects, they'll be hooked.
So one thing that you keep bringing up is information security with the documents that a company would put on the Vault. So what would make a company, a potential customer, more likely to trust Dom and Tom and the Vault than an established security player like Google or someone who has a secure platform like Box?
First off, great question, but the biggest thing that we're targeting with the security is the security that comes with losing data with multiple solutions, and that's human error. And surprisingly, data hackers and other losses of data that way isn't the most common problem to security. It's human error, and that's with using multiple solutions and having to transfer documents between those solutions. In terms of security, Dom and Tom will continue with the product and, of course, make it as secure as others.
Great, thank you all for your time. We look forward to answering the rest of your questions after the presentation.